Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Unity Service on August 18th, I believe is the day. So hope everyone is doing well and enjoying the last days of summer. I know a lot of school is starting. All the kids are back in town. Traffic's getting worse, but we are here to enjoy the day. This is a cell phone. We appreciate it if these cell phones get turned off for the next hour and a half. So please turn off your cell phone so that we can avoid having them ring during the service. And we're just going to continue on. We got Bright Matter today with us in total. And our AV department is working hard to get this new screen in line. And so it just makes you want to say thank you, doesn't it? Let's everybody say that one time. Say thank you. And then we can stand up and say it again. Say thank you. 2, 3. Say it 2 more times. Thank you. 2, 3, 4. And thank you. 2. Here we go. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This joyful, this joyful, this joyful day. This joyful, this joyful, this joyful day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God, we're just too busy. So fancy. Which you all gonna find out about later and participate in, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we have a special day today full of all kinds of wonderful experiences for you. And in this moment, we have an opportunity to just be present, be fully here, and open our hearts and open our consciousness to really drink in the energy of love that is all around us and the peace that is here. here in this moment. So I am Reverend Victoria Loveland Cohen, in case anybody has forgotten. And this is the wonderful Reverend Anna Quintana. You remember her. She is going to be our speaker today. And you remember her from when I was on sabbatical. Yeah, she's back with us, and we're going to dance through this whole service. We're going to have fun today.
Let me see. Do it again.
Well, I need you to teach me first.
Gotcha.
You're going to teach me the steps, and then I'll go. We want to say hello to those of you who are joining us online as well. Hello, hello, hello. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, we are so glad that you found us and you're connecting with us. If you want to just say hi in the chat, and then we feel like we have a conversation going. All right, so without further ado, let's light the divine light candle. Take a moment and be with that sacred element of fire. Yeah, I think it's adult proof. I know, it's like a combination of things. Okay. There we go, yay. All right. And I invite you to say our opening invocation, which is right here on the screen with that beautiful graphic. But first, breathe into your heart center. And together, there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the good omnipotence. Breathe that in. Really feel the energy of that. Open to the possibility. And so it is.
I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust and I know. Fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love.
So I invite you in this time to allow yourself to let go and surrender even more deeply into the arms of love. Sit back into your chair. Anything on your lap may be put to your side. Take a nice deep breath. Breathing in this present moment and releasing on the exhale anything that would distract you from being fully here now. Again, breathing in deeply. Breathing in the peace of this moment and releasing anything that would obstruct that peace. One more deep breath in. Breathing in love. And on the exhale, releasing anything that would limit that experience of love. Feel the relaxation flowing through your body. In this surrender, what we are releasing is our attachment to the outer world of form and experience. We're releasing the outer effect, the temporary world of effect, right now. Just for this time. We're releasing the thinking mind. We are surrendering the ego mind so that we can experience Source. So that we can experience the higher truth of our being, a higher dimension. This is the source of our being, and it is infinite good. It is pure peace, infinite wisdom, intelligence, wholeness, divine order, infinite, limitless, unbounded good. This is the true source of our being. And as we release the world of effect, we can open to this true source. We can experience deeply who we truly are in this sacred moment. And so I invite you to dive further into this infinite presence within in the silence in the next couple of minutes. How good it is to dwell in this space together. This space of healing love, healing light. And as we have uplifted our vibration, uplifted our frequency into the energy of healing. And And into this healing energy, this healing vibration, I invite you to speak the word, call forth the names of anyone who might be on your heart and your mind that you would like to invite into this healing space. And we also include all of these individuals who have requested prayer by filling out a prayer slip and putting it in this box. And we surround this prayer box with our uplifted energy and include them in this healing vibration, knowing that everything that they have requested is already here. It is already now. And a way is made clear in consciousness so that they may connect with it and experience it in their lives. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is. All right, let's take a deep breath together and begin to bring our awareness back into the room, back into our seat, stretching our body a little bit. When you're ready, open your eyes, look around, see the face of the divine sitting next to you, in front of you, in back of you. Say hello. That beauty everywhere. Beautiful emanations of the one divine light. All right, thank you. From this space, then, we will say our vision and mission statements together. And we'll probably have it up there in a moment. But if we don't, it is always on this buff sheet in the seat back in front. There it is, yay! All right, together our vision. We envision the divine light awakening in all. Our mission, we center in peace and love. We connect in our hearts with others. We celebrate our journey toward wholeness, and we empower others to experience their spiritual magnificence. So it is.
Good morning again. We are having a lot of joy today, so we're going to start off by getting the joy to rise. So please, so here we go. And the lovely Karen Novi is going to sing lead on this.
There's jubilation and awakening, uncompromising, joy rising, joy rising. Join us, joy rising, yeah, 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 yeah. Joy rising, joy rising, joy rising. In the moment of creation, when a new idea is born, it's there in the room when you wake Christmas morn. It's happiness squared times ecstasy. It's a moment of unity. I'm so glad that we're finally here, standing at the crossroads of a new frontier. Realization of heaven here and now, awakening to the dream that escaped us somehow. Joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, yeah, 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 yeah. Joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, yeah. Joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, yeah. Joy rising, joy rising, joy rising, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is it my turn? Yes. Wow, great to be back. How have you been? I see amazing improvement. Having this screen here, what a blessing. Thank you for all the generous hearts that made it possible. Thank you again for the beautiful, lively, joyful music. I understand you're doing a series on the unity principles, and I was given the theme today, the fourth one. Yes. So of course, I'm going to bring some information, and you know me, I like to bring a story, because in the story, hopefully, we capture all the principles or the ideas that we're trying to bring forth. One of my beloved Unity minister mentors, I remember from my teenager years, she would get up and say, there are as many ways to pray as people on earth. It's a very personal, intimate connection with the divine. And even though in Unity we talk about affirmative prayer, we need to be really aware that your way is the right way. And I must say, as I start off talking about prayer, that the truth is, and maybe you're with me, that the more needs, the more we're willing to pray, right? It's really the biggest incentive. I seldom get somebody to call me and say, hey, RevAna, would you do a gratitude prayer with me? It's always about a need and how can Spirit help me, which is okay. But prayer is so much more than that. Actually, in Silent Unity, the prayer unity ministry that's been active for 130 years, they say that the biggest, the most popular prayer intention people call for are really healing. It's really healing. And prayer, it's really the foundation of unity. There's been some conversations as to what unity is. And internally, to myself, really unity is the movement that holds the importance of prayer out in the world. Doesn't matter what creed, what way you worship, how you connect with the divine, to know that prayer is really a sacred activity. So the fourth principle, and I don't know how you had it defined, I'm going to tell you how it was taught to me, or at least how I capture it that made sense to me. And the fourth unity principle says that prayer is the activity, very simple, that brings forth our good. And this is how I learned it, I remember in the 90s. It's like all the good is here, the healing, the transformation, the money, the prosperity, everything is as good. And how do I tap into that? Through prayer. I'm like, okay, I got that. I don't know if you heard it that way. So prayer is the bridge and the connection that many times I've come to realize that will bring forth what nothing else can. So today I'm here to talk to you about, I always like to say, what I'm going to sell you today. Well, I'm going to sell you the idea that prayer, it's so much more than manifestation. And that we can use it really as a way to manifest our ultimate good, like the principle says, but that it's really about how can I make my life a life of prayer. This is specifically what I would love for you to take away today. How can I integrate that prayer practice more beyond the getting and the acquiring from the divine, beyond being I remember years ago I met this girl who used to go to the other church, and she was getting a degree in the in the Duke Divinity School, and she would comment how many times they talked about God being like the cosmic Santa that we just go for with specific list. Yes, it is so. It is the source, like Victoria was saying during meditation. But let not have that activity be about what can I get, but how can I experience the divine? How can I grow through this relationship? So that is the very first. I'm going to share some insights. This is my own conclusions about prayer. And again, the very first one has to do with the idea that prayer, the emphasis of prayers cannot be about needs. And let me tell you why. When and the third unity principle, I'm sure you did that last week, the third unity principle says that everything that we see in the physical somehow started in the mind. That we are co-creators, that whatever we're putting out in our thinking, in our emotions, somehow we're going to magnetize back to ourselves. So each time our prayers the emphasis of our prayer is on what the need is. Let's say that you're praying for healing of a cancer, and you're saying, Spirit, please heal this cancer, and the cancer here and the cancer there. Your attention is going on the need, on the problem, and not on God. And this is where Unity has this special technique called Golden Key, which is really about placing your attention and your energy on God and not the problem. And when we do that, this is how if your mind now is, instead of seeing the need of being healed, it's really the idea of God as life. How much life there is in God, how I am an expression of the divine, of divine wholeness. And then, so the very first thing we need to be aware of, that to be balanced about that. And I see it all the time, every Wednesday night. For 13 years, I'm doing a meditation live, And now I do it in connection with Unity Village. This is in Spanish. And people write their prayer requests, and it's amazing how much information they give you about the need. It's very seldom to see about God and how God is and how the principle is really about the need. So keep that in mind, that if you see yourself in your prayer time putting too much energy on what is lacking, shift that and say, this is my time to just place my awareness in God, okay? The second idea has to do with how our tendency is to go to spirit as the last resort. When I tried everything else and nothing else would work, let's pray about it. And if you're really sincere, you might say, yeah, we tried to solve or to address the issue in the material, physical world, because we live in a physical, like Mariana was saying, living in a material world. We live in that dimension, and our senses capture through that. But please be reminded that everything in the external is really supported by spirit. So when you're saying, I'm going to go to spirit first, and then create the perfect conditions for the manifestation or the solution, then from there you take action. You see? And many times we have it wrong. We go to take action, and then we figure out, okay, God, no. It's really about going to spirit first. And I love this affirmation from this awareness, going to spirit and saying, God's good, it's already mine. Imagine you're dealing with whatever and you go, inhale and exhale, God's good, it's already mine. And you stay there. The third one says that, and this is just, again, my own personal insights. It's not as beneficial when we're speaking or affirming than when we're listening. And I know in my prayer process, I find myself many times doing the affirmation because I realize that I have to shift something in my consciousness. But many times I realize that I need to listen first, because maybe what I'm praying for is not really the right prayer. So if I am going into the silence and creating more space of silence, I might be detoured into some other prayer or intention. You see? I saw that you're having somebody do the scientific prayer, the 5-step prayer that Unity Process uses, and I'm not going to go into that thoroughly now, but I do want to mention that 5-step process involves relaxation first, concentration in God, in an affirmation, a scripture. Then you fall into meditation, which is really like the observer, in which you try to let the mental activity go so that something else starts merging. And hopefully, which is the 4th step, there's a process of realization. And I like to see it like a click. I go, click, oh, I get it. This is it. And then you're in that process of realization and connection, and naturally there's thanksgiving. Thank you, God. So my point with in this one is really to see how you can bring more silence than you're speaking or giving directions as to this is what has to happen. The quest, which is something we're doing in the Spanish ministry, La Búsqueda, says that the highest form of prayer is the one in which we set the intention to be receptive to God's will. The highest form of prayer is the one that sets the intention, how much more receptive can I be to God's will? It's definitely not as effective when we are in the beseeching and the negotiating and the begging. We've never done that, even though in Unity we've come to realize there's not an external God there that I have to pray to. It's really the consciousness that I'm praying from. So it's really, how can I use this time to, instead of saying, God help me, it's like, how do I place myself in the space where I am in connection with this source? And an affirmation that lately I've been doing a lot of, that is from Myrtle Fillmore. She says, God gives freely. So imagine you, instead of praying or beseeching or begging or negotiating to that anthropomorphic God, you get yourself in this space where you go, the nature of divinity is to give. And it gives freely. And it is the Father's greatest pleasure to give me the kingdom. And there's no resistance in the way Spirit can bless me. God gives freely. God gives freely, heals freely, prospers freely. You see the shift from going to just coming from that place. The prayers will not be as effective or powerful if they're not constant. So, how constant can we be? Either per day, or daily, or weekly? Because what happens is that the more we go in, the more that consciousness is built. It's like we are in that sphere of energy. Recently, I've been doing some collaborative work at my former church, Unity of the Triangle. And I saw this lady this week, and I said, oh gosh, I'm going to use that example. We used to do a spiritual dialogue class for many years. And I don't know where the source of this information is, but I bought it immediately. She says that when a group of people come together, the same time, the same day, 6 months or more, there's this like light energy, substance energy, from which the divine generates miracles. Don't you love that? And it's almost like, it's very personal, but Spirit's saying, okay, there's this group of people are showing up, holding the presence, and I believe that when we gather on Sundays, it's practically what we're doing. We're creating this sphere of light and consciousness that has to have an impact out there. We might not know it fully, how your prayer made a difference, but because you don't know it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. And that has to do with my other point, that when you do it and you do it with more, it's expansive. That's like, we're probably familiar with the power of 8. And it's expansive beyond our dimensions. I learned this when, probably like 7 years ago, she's not a Unity minister, but she's one of my spiritual mentors from the island. She came to visit me. She's extremely spiritual. She's very intuitive. And in our prayer circle, the one that I do every Wednesday night, for now it's going to be our 13th year, somebody had come in that day, that probably a couple of weeks prior, saying that we needed to pray for this 13-year-old in North Carolina that at the time got raped and murdered. And this particular participant said, can we pray for her soul and the family and everything? And we did. Not knowing the girl, just opening our hearts, sending light, wishing her, knowing beyond the human condition and what had happened, how Spirit was leading and sustaining her and the whole family. Well, when my mentor is sitting in meditation at that church, she says that this girl, this is, okay, a little spooky, but the spirit of this lady, of this girl showed up. and said, "Are you part of Anna's group of prayer?" And she said, "Yeah." She says, "I need help. My mom doesn't let me go." So then we pray, we gather, we pray more, and that really showed me, oh my God, we might never find out how our prayers are making a difference. We do it out of and the way I see it, it's like the greatest gift you can give anyone is the gift of your prayer. Especially if you don't know the person. Because it's like there's nothing, you're not doing that to get something back. You're doing it because your expression, your divine nature of love and compassion. I remember when I was going through cancer, my sisters, hairdressers, church were praying for me. And I was so touched to know people who don't even know my face are taking time to pray for me. And many times in that guided meditation, I tell people, can you connect with the times that you know that people have prayed for you in time of need? People that you know or you might not even know? Doesn't that open your heart and touch you to the core? Why don't you become that person? Why don't you say, okay, I don't know you, but I care so much about you because you are part of me. And that is the gift, and that gift is sacred. Let's remember that prayer, it's never about changing God, but changing ourselves. God as principle will never change. It is what it is. It is us that has to open and allow it. Recently, I was at Unity Church of Raleigh speaking about how loved we are. And the minister had a quote that I would love to add to my talk today about what Mother Teresa believes prayer really is. And you know what Mother Teresa says? She says, prayer is really about going to a place where you feel how loved you are, and that with that love that you receive, you're meant to give it away. So the quote from Mother Teresa says, "You should pray and meditate every day, so you know that you are loved, so you feel the presence of God's love in your life. This is the only way you can truly help others and serve the poorest of the poor. We have to give from a full heart, one that is saturated with love, overflowing to others. Before we can give freely, we have to know that we are loved. This is why you should pray and meditate every day, so you can remember you are loved, letting it fill your heart and your body. Let it fill every cell of your being, then give it all away." She smiled. Do you see? So what if prayer is about giving it all away? I also see it like a cleansing process in which we might be in fear, and we go to the space and we start connecting with the idea of God being good, omnipresent, and then allowing those layers of fear to dissolve and be in the space of peace and awareness and presence. I just could not live my life without prayer. I'm so blessed to have my dad. I remember him talking us in and then shutting the door and saying, "Don't forget, vete al grande, go to the big dude." I remember those words, like, go there, go there. And the more we do, the more blessed we'll be. And then it's like Spirit can use you for Spirit purposes. the story. Hopefully you'll see some of these elements that I've tried to communicate and express today. As you know, I spent 23 years of my former life in business, running a family business. We were the distributors for Casio products, watches, keyboards, calculators. And in the 90s, late 90s, the big giant of Walmart took over, started opening stores in the island, Puerto Rico, where we had the business and where I'm from. And I remember seeing the shift in the way we were supposed to do business. It was not as much as the mom and pops, but trying to sell to the American national accounts in the island. And that really forced us to become more efficient with technology and so on. Like I always say, the biggest tears I shed in my career had to do with Walmart. It's a great company, but I'm just telling you, it was really challenging. So in 2008, I decided that I really needed to study again, that I had gotten to like a Peter's principle, and I needed to get more executive business educations. So I was gone that year, several weeks out of the regular routine. I came to the U.S., had some amazing experience at Harvard Business School. And in one of those study periods, I learned from like the main guy managing sales and the Walmart account that we were at the process of losing the account. We were selling different products, so we were doing business with different departments, but our biggest department and the biggest chunk of our business were the watches. And of course, the percentage of Walmart sales were really making the company flourish. It's a fact. And they're very cautious that it does not exceed a certain percentage because you can literally go out of business. So this is the phone call I get. Some important background information is that 2 years prior, I had offered a job to a former buyer, customer of ours. She was the buyer for Sears. She had lost her job. She was a Unity person and her parents, and I learned about it, and I gave her a job. It was a major pay cut for her, but she was very grateful to get a job, and she would get offers from others, especially Walmart, and she would turn them down because she felt so loyal for the opportunity we had given her. So back 2008, I get the phone call, and then I hear that this person that I had supported way back, who had been loyal, she had gone to an interview there, and that she had just not speak nicely about our company. And because we had had some issues with what she had done, we were in the brink of losing the account. So I get back to the island, and of course, there's a lot of stake. And I'm already a Unity minister. I know how prayer works. I know I have to go to prayer first. I can't think of a major strategy to convince this. I was told that I needed to go to the boss of the boss, so I'm supposed to not deal with the buyer anymore and just go with a bigger person. And when I heard who the person was, she knew me, I knew her, and I know she was a tough cookie. So there I am, feeling completely disappointed that I had helped this person and this is how she paid me. And then the fact that we had some issues and that they were ready to let us go. And I said, I have to take this to prayer. And the night before the meeting, literally, it was probably from 2 to 4 hours that I went into a deep prayer And what I started experiencing first was the fear. What's going to happen if this relationship ends? Not only will it impact the business, but all the other divisions. How many people have to let go of? You know, the business at the time was almost 50 years old. This is like the family, everything. And then the anger and the pain from the friend. I consider her a friend. And then I realized that I had to really go within deeper and deeper and work on the fear and work on the anger. And what was given to me in the process was write a letter to that person you're going to meet with the next day. And I don't know if you're familiar, but Catherine Ponder, in her book, The Prospering Power of Love, she teaches how to, as a prayer technique, to when you're dealing with whatever circumstance or challenging person, to write a letter to the angel of that person. But I like to unitize it and say to the Christ presence of that person. So I'm like writing to the angel of wisdom and harmony of this buyer. And I go, it's an affirmative letter. How much light there is in our meeting, how much harmony there is in our relationship, how we can both give and make this a prosperous relationship. And my letter was the whole thing, the whole affirmative letter. And I put it away, head to the Walmart headquarters in the island. So much peace. I could feel how prayer have shifted me. So I walk into the office, and there she is. Hi, Anna, welcome. Have a seat. And I'm sitting there, and the first thing I see, a picture of her son, that I knew she had a son with special needs. And at the time, my son, Luke, had specific needs, so I had a kid with special needs too. And somehow I mentioned, oh, that's your son? And she says, yeah. And she starts talking about the son, her son. And then I start talking about mine. And we start from mom to mom, just talking about motherhood and the challenges of raising a kid with special needs. And that conversation just built the amazing energy that when we shifted to the business side, she's like, yeah, we have some concerns with your company, blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, this is the possible solutions we have. Something that I had tried for years and never happened was that I wanted to send, there's 16 stores there. I wanted to send our sales reps, make inventory and generate orders. But they were relying on the system, and the system was not always accurate, and I felt that we were losing business. And each time I would bring that to the buyer who says, no, we cannot do it. Well, what happened? There was so much harmony and so much beauty and light and everything that I said, you know, I really feel that the best way to address this is to have our salespeople go in and take orders. She says, I love that. Let's do it. And it had taken years. It came out of a crisis. I walked out of there fully convinced that I had co-created the experience by the shift that I was able to get through the prayer session. Had I gone to say how miserable I was because my friend betrayed me, do you think it would have happened? Have I put my energy into this is how all the worst scenario that can happen? I had to take all of that and place my awareness in God, in love, in forgiveness, in truth. And what happens, like the Quest says, the synchronization of thought, feeling, action, and words is the most powerful prayer. Thought, feeling, action, and words, all tuning into the vibration of God. And what happens? The doors of heaven open. And that is the magic of this fourth principle. And that is the magic of unity. So why not make our life a life of prayer? If that's where the goodies really are. Did you buy it? Did you buy this? So let's do a closing prayer. Okay. Take that breath with me. I know your heart is open, mine is. I'm grateful for every challenge in my life and the way it has redirected me to God. That is the gift of our needs. They bring us to God. So at this very moment, whatever challenge you might be going through, whatever need you feel you have, just say, hey, thank you. You have the potential of bringing me back to spirit, reconnecting at a deeper level, and knowing that really prayer is about changing me, being in the space of full acknowledgement that God gives freely. God gives freely. Let's be open vessels to receive, and as we receive, we will give it back to the world. For that and more, we say, thank you, God, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. Okay.
I wish you joy, I wish you luck, I wish you strength, I wish you love. I hope you'll find the key to the door that opens up what you're looking for. There comes a joy in seeing that its pieces all fit. The great reward of knowing yourself, your beauty, your gifts. And I want love, and I will receive all of the joys I've dreamt of. And I dip my hand into this well, reaching all of this goodness that's waiting for me. Year after year, we build a wall We build a fence, we build a moat. Layer by layer, we can seal ourselves off from the great source of forgiveness and love. Yeah, love. You can make changes. We all have choices. Just raise your voice and say it out loud. Let it resound what you intend. I want love, and I will receive all of the joys I dreamt of. And I lift my hand into the joys I've dreamt of, and I dip my hand into the well, welcoming all of this goodness that's been waiting for me. It's waiting. Love is waiting. It's waiting.
Thank you, Bright Matter. All right. Oh, thank you. It was such a beautiful message. What a great reminder that it's not out here that we're trying to fix it and manipulate it and make it better. It's us that change. It's us that open to the awareness of the good that's already here and aligning ourselves with it, right? And we have an opportunity to practice it all the time. That's, I think, what you were saying, this constant, ceaseless prayer. We always want to move into that place where we're in alignment with infinite good. And we have an opportunity to practice it right now because it is our opportunity to share of our good and to share generously and abundantly with our spiritual community so that we can continue to be here and offer all of the programs that we have for you. So I invite you to, in many ways, to give. Yeah. Oh, look, somebody has their phone out, and they are, the QR code, look at that. It works, right? This is a good way to do it. If you don't have your checks, you don't have the cash, you're just the QR code. There it is. It takes you, and you can just make your donation there. If you are a conscious sustainer, that means you have one of these green cards. And this is saying, yes, I am here to constantly, ceaselessly support this spiritual community in a really profound way. So I invite you to take your gifts, your tithes, your offering in your hand, whatever represents this, and maybe place it to your heart. Just put your hand over your heart as we say together our affirmation. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I see, and all that I am. And so it is.
Is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth.
Thank you. And we just feel that. I can feel it. I can feel your open heart. I can feel the generosity and the abundance just flowing through your heart. So just put out your hands and really send that love out to these offering bowls and just bless this, knowing that as we do, it multiplies and goes out to support this community and all that we have to offer here. And even more so, goes out into the world and circles back to us in a wonderful law of circulation, and we accept that abundance in our life as well. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is. Yeah, and Mary's taking up the prayer request box out to the foyer. So if you'd like to have a prayer prayed over during the service and also by the prayer team during the month, go ahead and fill out a request and place it in the box, and we'll do that. All right, so if there is there anybody who's visiting for the first time today? I think I recognize just about everybody here. Maybe there might be somebody new who's found us online. If so, welcome. We'd love to see you. Thank you for being here with us. If you would maybe just say, hey, I'm new here, and our wonderful greeter, Mel, will share with you information about us. All right, so before we do our next song, though, we've decided that what we want to do is shift the flower dedication to this time so that the announcements can be on its own. And the flower, there are two right here and right over here, right? These are both donations. This is from Mary Angela, and it is in honor of Irina, who is not here today, who is, what? And Tim, thank you, yes. Irina is in Lithuania? Is that where she is? In Lithuania. Yeah, and so Mary Angela says, Dear Irina, you so bravely jumped in following your heart's inspiration, following your idea to create a powerful women's circle here at Unity Center of Peace, which has been going on all of 2024, building a powerful energy of the incredible women who come here, just as you seek to create unity and come together to discover more of who we are, more of what Spirit is calling us to do. That's beautiful. Thank you. Irina, I hope you're watching. You're getting this. And then there is something else I'm supposed to announce. Apparently, see, the water is blue. And apparently, if you put a drop of blue dye in there, it soaks up through the flowers and it turns the blossoms blue. And Mary Angela has invited you after the service to come up and put a drop there that represents how Irina has touched our lives, right? Yeah, and it will watch those flowers turn blue. Cool, right? Yeah. All right, thank you. Bright Matter, take it away.
All right. This is a lovely song by Robert Palmer. Said the facts you make ends meet. Put someone upon his feet. Yeah, we're holding down our jobs, trying to show we can be boss. people to make what life's about. Takes every kind of people to make the world go round. Someone's looking for relief in his duty to a king or creed. Well, protecting what we've got, fighting hard for our lives. Oh, there's no profit in deceit. Honest people know that revenge does not taste sweet, whether yellow, black, or white. Every man's the same inside. It takes every kind of people to make what life's about. It takes every kind of people to make the world go round. Love's the only goal that can bring peace to any soul. Oh, and every man's the same. We all want sunshine all day. Oh, it takes every kind of people to make what life's about. Every kind of people to make the world go round. Every kind of people to make what life's about. Oh, that's every kind of people to make the world go round.
All right, beautiful. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. By the way, I just want to share, this is the book that we have been using as part of this series, The 5 Principles. So if you haven't gotten your copy yet, Ellen Davenport, it's really wonderful. 5 Principles. All righty. So, Supernova Sunday. What is Supernova Sunday?
We're bringing in some guest artists.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a guitar player named Armand Lenchek is going to come, and then Leslie Land, who played bass a couple weeks, or last week maybe, I can't remember, is going to come. And then we have Karen and Andres and myself, and we'll be doing 4 songs, one right before service, the opening song, and then the normal 3 special music songs.
And
it's not Saturday midnight, so I have no idea what we're doing yet. But by Saturday midnight, I should get that figured out.
And this is next Sunday.
Next
It will
Sunday.
happen every last Sunday of the month.
Yep.
We're calling Supernova Sunday. So it's bright matter, but it's now supernova bright matter, right? So we are so thrilled. Make sure you come that day. Bring your friends. That's going to be a really good time to bring your friends and really have this wonderful, vibrant experience of spirit here. So thank you for getting that together, Chris. Yes. All right. Reverend Anna mentioned about this individual who's coming in to speak about, actually the talk is about the daily word. And it's the 100th anniversary of Daily Word this year. It's been published for 100 years, and you may recognize this wonderful woman, Reverend Fairy Elaine Silver, and she was here last year. And so she's going to come and speak, and she plays guitar, so it's a whole guitar and song and speak, and, she does this whole wonderful program. And then after the service, she's doing a workshop about prayer. She's actually from the religious science background, so it's the 5 principles, but from Science of Mind, which I have studied both, and I realized, they just blend together just like this. They're very similar. And so that is after service, that workshop is available for you. So please sign up on the website or get out your phone and click on that QR code again. All right, so, Oh, I thought you had a question. September 1st. Yes, it's the first Sunday in September. Yes, first Sunday in September. That's right. Okay, so we offer something after the service every Sunday. We call it 3-Minute Miracle. And the miracle, as we were talking about today, is really the shift in consciousness. We have a shift in our consciousness, and when we gather with somebody else and affirm that shift in consciousness together, it can create miracles in the world, as RevAna shared that beautiful story about that. That's what this is about. And you have an opportunity to sit with a trained prayer partner. It's Mel Karen, who is our prayer partner today. So if you got anything going on in your life, in your mind, please avail yourself of that. And she'll be in the last room on the left. All right, and if you're online, you'll see that there is you can send an email, prayer@Unity Chapel Hill, put your name and your phone number, and a prayer partner will call you back. All right, so after the service, we have a wonderful fellowship. It's a beautiful day. What a wonderful day to go out on the patio and enjoy some beautiful refreshments in Sacred Cafe. And there is no deeper dive discussion this week because there is a special event that's happening right after the service. What is it, I wonder? RevAna, why don't you come up and share a little bit about what we're going to experience?
I wish I had the music so you could already feel it.
And use that, if you would use that mic.
Oh, yes.
Thanks.
Well, I was sharing with a friend this week that when I was working in the family business at the beginning, it was really stressful. And the way that I coped with the stress was dancing salsa. And I enrolled in this academy in Bayamón, Puerto Rico, which they taught all types of Latin rhythms. But I said, no, I want salsa. And it was really like a spiritual practice for me. So this afternoon, I'm going to be teaching you not only salsa, but merengue and other rhythms. And we'll do it in a fun way. I hope you can come. We have some food too.
Yes.
And I really look forward to a fun afternoon. Okay? Can you do something there? At least try. Pum, pum, pum. Mira algo ahí.
Pum, pum, pum.
Yeah. You see? That's pretty good. Wow.
Yeah.
So
You got
next
him
time I come,
started.
I want the Latin rhythms. Okay, thank you.
You got him started. All right, so if you have not signed up yet, they talk to Debbie? Or the QR code right there, okay, she's saying. And the potluck is really for the people who are signed up for the salsa dance. All right, that's it. We want to kind of get this done quickly, so if you would help Debbie and Andres maybe put the chairs out, stack them up on the back, that would be terrific. Thank you very much. And let us welcome in the children. We have children today.
I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. The health of God, the strength of God, vitality, energy of Him of God. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am.
Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing?
Great.
Awesome. Cool. We are too. Yeah. So big thanks to Kellyanne for helping out today. Sending out prayers to Lisa. And we had 3 powerful people today. We continued talking about the power of will and dove a little bit into prayer and how we can sort of listen, in order to utilize our power of will, how we can listen to God, how we can hear our response to God, and then we can utilize our power of will to choose, to lead, and to decide. We're going to continue more with power of the principle, connecting principle 5 with power of will. And then we're going to create some powerful people up here, more so as we keep growing. What else? We're looking for volunteers for the next six to 8 weeks. I'll be reaching out. Please respond, yes. Looking ahead, September 22nd, we've got a fall kickoff for the kids to kind of like tell you what we're all doing in the fall, what we have done this summer. And I think that is it. You have something?
And well, yes, because we want these children to know that they are supported by their spiritual family, for their larger spiritual family. And so our whole congregation has got together and written little cards, encouragement cards, thank you cards for just you being you. So the 3 of you that are here today, we'd like to give you a card. The Son, and Eden, and Allie. Yeah, so it's from your whole spiritual family. We love you, and we're going to say together our affirmation and our prayer for you. Together, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you just the way you are, and we behold the Christ in you. Mwah. Thank you for being you. All right. All right, everyone, stand if you're able, and let's say our prayer of protection with I am statements. Wonderful. Okay. Let's take a deep breath together. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Did I? Yes, I did. You can. I asked you that this morning if you wanted to. Hi. If this video has inspired you, opened your heart, expanded your consciousness, filled you with hope, empowered you in some way, we encourage you to support what we offer here at Unity Center of Peace by making your donation now. And thank you.